Well, today we're down the pin and I'm going to show you how to fish the ZMan 2-inch grub. These things are magic. I've been using these for a little while now and I'm finding that my fishing has just improved 100%. It's back to old school lure fishing with a grub. It is absolutely fantastic. These things are unbelievable. They are stretchy as. They just are almost unbreakable. They float. So in the water, when they're on the bottom, you've got that tail sticking up in the air and it's wiggling around. It looks like a little fish on the bottom trying to find something to eat. It just encourages big fish to come and eat it. So I'm going to show you how I rig them. There's a few little secrets. These are some of the secrets we use in our tournaments, and it's one of the reasons why some guys fish that much better than others is because they know these little tips and secrets. So I've got a 1/8 jig head and I've got my grub. I'm going to put the grub on the 1/8 jig head. Now, I want to be able to catch lots and lots of fish today, and I don't want to muck around re-putting lures on all day. So they're a little bit harder to get on, so I give them a good squeeze. I make sure I push them all the way up. And once I've got it all the way up, what I do now is I pull it down. So there's a little bit exposed. I grab a little bit of cheap super glue, which you can buy these things. They're, you know, $2 for packs of 7 in some of the cheap shops. You can use any type of glue, super glue you like, but I just use cheap ones that are easy to throw away. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little tiny dab of super glue out. Just a little tiny incy bincy bit. So once you put that little tiny bit on, you push the plastic back up. So there you go. Now that plastic is glued on. So what's going to happen now is every time I catch a fish, it's going to be ready to go straight back in the water. Make that cast right in tight to the edge there. We're just going to let it sink down a little bit. A couple little hops. Sink back down. Let the tail of that grub just sit there on the bottom and wiggle a little bit in the current. And every now and then give it a hop, and look at that. There's a fish on the end of it straight away. That's how easy these grubs are to fish. Probably the easiest grubs you'll ever find to fish. They just catch fish after fish after fish. And the best part about it, if you use the secret of the pros, when we put our grubs on, a little tiny dab of super glue at the front, and I can catch 20 or 30 fish on that. That's ready to go, straight back in the water. Bump, and I just line. And he just goes, give it here, I want it. It's that easy, that easy. The easiest fishing you'll ever come across when it comes to lure fishing with these grubs. Don't let them go, they just eat them. They just eat them. Every lure. And that's not a bad little fish. It's nothing huge, but you know, most people come out and start catching them all day long. I'll be taking them home for a feed. And the plastic, what's wrong with it? Absolutely nothing. The hook point is going to wear out long before that soft plastic's going to wear out. It allows me just to go straight back in and see if I can catch another one. Almost disappeared down his throat, that one. Almost left the lure hanging out, that's how hungry they are. How much they like those ZMan grubs. That's the best part about it. Just unhook them, and your lure, ready to go, straight back in. While your mate's fixing his lure up, trying to put a new one on, sorting himself out, you've got a ZMan on, you're back in the water and you're ready to catch another fish. And there it is. I reckon if you had a mate in the boat, he'd still be ready to cast. And I'm already in and I've got a second one on.